Hello, everyone. This is Dr. John here for another episode of Through the Patterns with Dr. John. And today's episode, we're going to talk about how many of our actions or reactions are from the fear of losing love or from trying to avoid a taking away of love versus out of love. Whether love for yourself, another person, group, whatever. And so a lot of times from how we grew up, how we were uh, parented, how we were influenced, how we were modeled. We have reactions to different facial expressions, certain phrases, certain just implications. How many of these things do we act out of? I'm afraid of not still being accepted, not being appreciated, and there's all these actions or lack of actions from those knots, and are we nourished or nurtured by these knots? I mean, are these fears what actually nourishes and nurtures us, or when we actually choose to do things out of joy, out of love, is that where the nourishing comes from? Whether this is for work, whether this is for relationships, whether this is for romantic relationships, whether it's for family. If you're doing things out of obligations, that's usually out of fear of having love taken away or being blamed for. If you're doing things out of guilt, again, that's fear out of having love taken away. If you're doing things for fear of a certain look that you're afraid to have, which these are all triggers from early on, which I address often with some neuroemotional technique and some other intuitive techniques. But you can start to look at some of the actions you're having in life and if you're not happy, if you're not feeling satisfied, if you're not feeling that you're thriving, how many of these actions that you're doing are inhibiting you from moving forward? If you are afraid of taking the spotlight from somebody, is that if I do, someone's going to stop liking me, stop loving me, or blame me for them not having their opportunities, even though it was your opportunity. So there's a lot of actions and ways that may even affect our body physically. If we are doing things out of fear, we may, hunch in a little bit more, protect our heart, and protect our kidneys. So there's a lot of different physical things, and it sometimes inhibits because it keeps us in certain layers of fight or flight. It inhibits our creativity. It inhibits our grounded thinking. It inhibits our choosing what's best for us and living that life that's best for us. So, some things to think about. And if you have any questions or comments, please leave below. If you recognize these things and you want to work on these things, reach out to me and we can schedule a consult. And hope everyone's having a blessed day.